a child should live through your dreams.
Yeah.
A child has his or her own dreams. A thief will come and take you. A police will come and take you.
Yeah.
The wrong way, according to me, the wrong ways to tell children to get scared and disciplined. My mom asked me, do you want a new coat or a new book? Old coat, new book, or a new coat with no book? I said, old coat with a new book.
Literature, culture, art. There's always a lot of it going on around when you're at the Orissa Literary Festival. Today, we have with us someone who has a wealth of writing experience to her name. Someone whose children's books are bringing India's finest tales of mythology to a whole new generation. We are thrilled to have with us Sudha Murthy, who is the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation, a philanthropist, engineer, writer, and an ardent lover of Kannada literature, to talk to her about her life in writing, how the pandemic has treated her, and a whole lot more is senior journalist and author Kaveri Bamzai. We hope you enjoy the session.
And hello and welcome, Mrs. Murthy. Thank you for being with us.
Namaste.
Namaste. So today we're going to talk about your new book. I don't know which number it is. I don't know how many you've written now. The Grandparents' Book of A Bag of Stories. And it's a remarkable book because it is both entertaining as well as enlightening, as most of your books are. But specifically because it was written during the COVID period. It really talks about the values that we must remember of sharing, of whatever little we have, of generosity, of learning from our past, of living together in, one, even if it's a small space. I love the idea of the 5 children choosing which mattress that they want to sleep on. That's the way we grew up, ma'am. But things have changed, haven't they? So talk a little about why you wrote this book.
Well, in the COVID period, I felt uh, most children are at home. Some of them had online class just beginning of the lockdown. Classes were not full swing. Now I think it's all online. And I felt children are at home. Both parents are working. A place like Bombay, Hyderabad, or Delhi, you live in a flat, and children cannot go out, and there are no online classes, and more or less, people do. Some parents keep books for children, but most people don't keep actually.
Yeah.
Our libraries are closed, and they always believe. Some people believe that textbook is more important, and children get bored, and it's quite frustrating for children.
Yeah.
So I assumed if I were a child and if there's a lockdown and what I would have done. Then I thought of my own childhood, I used to stay with my grandparents. I said, okay, I would have gone to my grandparents' house. And what I would have done and how my grandparents would have behaved. Then I became a grandmother. And if I have grandchildren, in case of COVID lockdown, they come, then what will I do that time with them? Of course, I will tell them some stories, but I will make them to understand in this pandemic, you have to help people.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever way you can do, still you should help people. And still, you can learn a lot. Your priority is helping people, then learning lessons and stories, and spending time with a lot more knowledge. And that's what made me to write this book.
Yeah. So did you experiment with your own grandchildren, ma'am?
Yeah, actually, I do experiment, but my both grandchildren are in London.
Right.
So I know it's sometimes it becomes so difficult. For example, churning of ocean. I told the story that there were gods on side, demons on side, and they were churning the ocean. And then there came, first one was Lakshmi, then there's the Kaustuba money, then there is a Hala Hala, that is a poison, and then came Uchai. So all the details I went on giving. And every time the gods took, one by one. At the end, they were waiting for the nectar. The nectar came. Then demon said, Rakshasa said, we want to take it. And gods never wanted. So my granddaughter asked me, Aji, you are very unfair. I said, why? She said, out of 14, 13 they have got it. Why can't they give one nectar, that pot, to Rakshasa, the other side? In life, Aji, you should be fair. Now, it is very difficult to tell them in mythology. We always want God should win. Okay. Yeah. Then I told her, if the bad people get amrit or nectar, then they'll be permanently, they'll be there, they will affect all those things. But children who are brought up in a different culture, they think differently than than our children here. Or our children also think differently. But not to an extent of saying that, because there are, people go to temple here, people go to religious places, some that element is part of our life.
Right.
There it is not part. So there I differ. But when I tell these gods fairy tales and all those things, they enjoy, and I experiment with them. And on a Zoom, actually many stories I told them on Zoom. I had session with them, and all these stories were told to them, and they liked it. Particularly the story of rice, they enjoyed the story of rice, story of wheat, all those things.
And Jaggu the Beanstalk, Jaggu and the Beanstalk, which is a lot like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah. So the moment I said Jaggu and the Beanstalk, I said, "Oh, Ajay, we know this story, Jack and the Beanstalk." I said, "No, it is not the only beanstalk. In India, we have also beans, and our beans are in a shrub form." Okay. And why it became shrub form? So they really enjoyed Jaggu and the Beanstalk because it was so similar yet so different.
Talking about fairy tales, ma'am, the way the Western fairy tales sort of have come to be, now when you look at them, they're almost like horror stories. A lot of them actually are morality tales, horror stories in the way, Red Riding Hood becomes a wolf, Hansel and Gretel become imprisoned. Actually, it was meant to, I think, scare children. And I think that's what they managed to succeed with. How do you look at those fairy tales and the stories we grew up with?
I mean, this is my personal opinion. They want to discipline, probably in those days, they're all 100 years old, right?
Right.
More than 100 years old. In those days, they wanted to discipline probably with a little bit of scare.
Right.
In India also, when we were children, if you do something wrong, a thief will come and take you, a police will come and take you. The wrong way, according to me, the wrong ways to tell children to get scared and discipline.
Yeah.
That is my personal opinion. See, if you say, if you do something wrong, police will come, don't tell that. Then they get scared. Throughout their life, they get scared with police.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't want police should be very friendly. If you do something wrong, it is not good for you. Then I'll tell you a story. Somebody did wrong. At the end, he or she suffered. I prefer to tell that result in the form of a story than scaring them.
Right. I think that's very important. That also comes from our epics, doesn't it, ma'am? Because our epics don't have good and evil just like that. I mean, they have shades of gray. All our gods are so flawed. None of them is perfect. And that's what is so wonderful about our gods and goddesses, isn't it?
It is easy to tell and with little modification. So I always do that with the children.
Right. So, when you tell your stories, what are the gods and goddesses that they most enjoy talking about? Is it
Hanuman? They enjoy a lot.
Hanuman? Okay.
I also describe them how Hanuman went and brought the Himalayas with the Sanjeevani, and Hanuman, how he sat on his tail, okay, and how he burnt whole Lanka. So they like it like a Superman for them probably. Okay. Right. And they like Ganpati a lot.
Okay. What is it that they like about Ganpati?
That he has a big stomach and he was running and he fell down, and and he's a god of knowledge. Right. So if you pray Ganpati, you can pass in the exam. I said, no, he gives you mind to study. I told them, okay, not that he will pass you, he will make you to study better.
The other important thing was, the 4 things that you talked about: compassion, wisdom, knowledge, and courage. And you talk about a balanced meal and you compare it to that. Talk a little about why all these 4 qualities are so important for us in modern life.
In modern life, see what happens in olden days, there used to be at least 4 children, 3 children. And income was probably the only father used to work most of the time. So people were used to sharing things. Sharing was in a form of a caring actually. And it will become a compulsion because of the necessity, but still the sharing made the bonding very well. Okay.
You would share clothes, you would share books.
Bed,
the bed.
My older sister used to have a coat, winter coat, and Hubli was not a warm place, always a warm place. So when she grew up, then I got it because she was not spoiled. And when my sister grew up, she got it. So this, we never said we want a new one. Because I remember my mom asked me, do you want a new coat or a new book? Old coat, new book, or a new coat with no book. I said old coat with a new book. So I compensated with another extra new book. But I rather, because I knew it's only November, December will wear, why should I waste money on that? I rather buy 2 books, okay?
Right.
So, this is one. So today's children, they are single, only child, 2 children. and they have their own bedrooms, and both parents are working nowadays. So there is a lot more affluence. Affluence has so many advantage and also disadvantage.
Right.
There is no bonding. I have my room, you have your room.
Yeah.
And this makes them in the long range never to understand what it means to share, what it means to understand somebody is in difficulty. And when you're excess, it is important that you sacrifice a little bit, but you should share that food or money or clothes with someone else. This quality we have to inject now. Once upon a time it was natural. Today you have to inject. And
Right.
that's the reason compassion has to be injected when they are young. And that I consider is very important for parents to tell, look, it may be your room, but when your cousin comes, you have to share. Okay?
Exactly.
That way you have to inject, you have to bring it from outside today.
Right.
And again, when children fail in the exam, parents' expectations are very high. My child should be 99% because they live their life through children.
Right.
I could not make 99, my child should make 99 because, it is a standard answer and question answer. I had a lot of difficulties when I was studying, and now you don't have any difficulties. So we are providing you computer, we are providing you your room, we are providing you bed lamp, we are providing you Nintendo or whatever game you want to play. So you should score 99%.
Right.
That's totally wrong.
Right.
Why a child should live through your dreams?
Yeah.
A child has his or her own dreams, or
Right.
may not be even capable of that. That doesn't mean it's a failure.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of pressure on children. And when they don't expect, when they don't get that kind of marks academically, they feel they are disappointing their parents.
Yeah.
Parents feel the child did not come up to their expectation, so they will use harsh words. The child himself is already hurt,
Yeah.
and many children commit suicide,
Yes.
get into depression. So I want to tell parents, let them learn courage to face real life.
Right.
Okay, real life is a challenge. With all the first rank, still, when you come to real life, difficulties are different.
Yeah.
Make your child confident to face any difficulty, and that is a good education.
Right.
And that comes in my story.
Right. But that emotional resilience is, we're losing out on that. Even parents are losing out on that.
Yeah, because our expectations are extremely high, and we have become extremely competitive with our neighbors, cousins, everyone. Between two cousins, how much you got and how much I got. Okay, whatever. So I do agree. Competition at my time was so minimum. Today it's extremely high. But we should not forget there are many opportunities also today.
Yeah.
Today's scenario. At my time, the opportunity is also very less. Today, if you don't get engineering, so what? You have so many good options in life. So parents should understand a child should be happy, but child should study also. Try his or her level best. If it is not, if in a computer language, if A is not equal to B, then there is another option. There's always a backup plan. There should be there. And don't make a child to suffer so much education. Then they hate language. They hate the curriculum. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, ma'am, how have children reacted to your stories, the earlier books? What do they come and tell you?
Many people have come and told me, ma'am, I never spent that much time with our grandparents.
Okay.
It's an imagination for us because we don't meet grandparents as much as what you have written. Some people have said, I mean, this is what I have heard. They came and told me, ma'am, we went to grandparents' house, but grandparents were very busy on a TV serial.
Oh.
They never spent any time with us.
Right.
Okay. Some people said, our grandparents never tell us any stories. I said they can read. Different people have reacted differently. Some people have come and said, after reading your book, we went to grandparents. Otherwise, normally we used to go to summer camps, but we went to grandparents and we had a very good, nice time with them.
It's wonderful, wonderful.
So different people have given different reactions.
Right, right. What motivates you to write these stories? I mean, how do they come to you? Do you just sit down every morning and do you have a practice of writing? How do you do it?
I don't do. Every day I don't write at all.
Okay.
I just don't write.
Okay.
But if when I have experience, when I think of a story, the story starts coming in the form of a frame to me.
Okay.
This is highly subjective. So different people are different. like I was talking to Shashi Tharoor, his method is so different.
Right.
He's a great author, but
Yeah.
he at a stretch, he sits and he says, I want to finish it.
Yeah.
And, I will go on meditating on that point, whereas I don't do that.
Yeah.
For me, the story comes in the form of a frame.
Okay.
And I can see entire frame, like 5 children sitting with grandparents. I can see the frame, what they are wearing, what children are wearing, the big veranda, probably my childhood veranda. Okay.
Right.
And then go on describing in the story. So I don't write the story, I describe the frame.
Okay. That must be because you love movies so much.
Could be one of the reasons. One frame after another frame, it comes, and I go on writing the frame, describe the frame, it becomes a story.
So are you still very fond of movies, ma'am?
Of course, it will be there forever for me.
Right.
Now I have at home, so Prime Video, then Z5, Netflix, then another 2 channels I have. I have 5 or 6 channels now.
So have you been watching anything interesting that you found exciting, interesting?
Actually, I see at least a movie day per day with all these things.
Right.
One movie I will see. Okay.
Yes.
Without advertisement, it is fun to see 1.5 hour one movie you can see. In the night, I will do that.
Right.
But I like the concept, but I felt this is, please remember, Kaveri, these are all subjective opinions.
Of course.
There is a movie which I saw yesterday. It's a good movie, but presentation was not good.
Okay.
Khandani Shafi Khana.
Right.
That is Sonakshi Sinha on a sex education.
Right.
Okay. I like the concept of sex education, and people talking to sexologists is very important actually.
Yeah.
But the presentation was not done well, even the story wise I felt. And that's the reason the movie flopped.
Right.
They spent 24 crores, but they got 8 crore back.
Okay.
So I always see, I study a movie actually.
Okay.
Why it fails. If the movie has to be successful, invariably the storyline should be very good.
Right.
And its presentation should be equally or better. Okay, that's why the Dangal was famous, not Mangal Pandey.
Right.
Okay, though it's Amir Khan.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reason. Lagan was very powerful, but not the Amir Khan's.
Mela.
No, I'll tell you. Sputnik, what is that?
PK.
PK was very good. No.
It was
One more. Sputnik, there is something super, something he wrote about the child and the singing competition, the child and the mother.
Secret Superstar.
Secret Superstar, no.
Right.
It must have crossed 100 crore.
Right.
But PK was better.
Yeah.
And 3 Idiot was better because the storyline was so strong.
Storyline was so good.
PK was superb.
Yeah.
And not that Amir Khan's all movies do well.
Yeah.
If the storyline is strong, then it comes out naturally.
Right. So you're a film critic by.
I told Anupama Chopra, I would have been your competitor or maybe your colleague if I had not been in Infosys Foundation.
Talk a little about.
And I like her. I like the way she give the critic marks.
Yeah.
And after seeing that only many times I see the.
Okay. That's nice. That's a huge compliment for her. I'm sure she must be treasuring it.
Yeah. For example, there's a Pakistani movie on Pakistan. She wrote. It's an Indian movie on Pakistan lines. It was a fantastic movie, but it never came into the market. Never got a great review. Was very good, but never got a market. I saw that. It was a very good movie. Very good movie.
So, how have you seen this period, ma'am? The last 8 months for India, for society, for the globe, actually. How have things changed? And do you think we become better people?
See, I want to tell you, Kaveri, very funny thing. Things happen to everyone.
Right.
Depending on your sensitivity, you become a better person or a good person or a bad person.
Right.
For example, all of us see death. We see old man. We see a beggar. But only a sensitive person like Prince Siddharth became Buddha.
Right.
Not everybody became Buddha. Similarly, pandemic happens. Depending on your sensitivity, you change. If you are insensitive, you don't change.
Right.
Okay. If you are sensitive, you learn. Pandemic happens every 100 years. It is not a new thing.
That's
Okay.
one of your stories also.
Yeah, I always want to ensure to tell this to everybody. Oh, it happened to us. No, it has happened 1918. Before that, there was a plague. All those things. So every 100 years, this happens. Okay. Second thing, when pandemic happens, what I understood was, my diary was full for entire year, every day 5 meetings, 20 days traveling for 2020 up to December.
Right.
Okay. Today, I have not executed any one of them, but something else I'm executing.
Yeah.
That means life is so uncertain. It shook me and told, look, life is so uncertain.
Right.
2 plus 2 is not always 4, and 4 plus 4 is not always 8. Nature takes its own way of telling, look, don't calculate and plan so meticulously like Germans or someone. 1 year diary, okay, it could be different. Second thing, pandemic also taught me helplessness of the people in front of the national, international calamity.
Right.
And it's a duty of everyone to help.
Right.
Okay. Third thing I realized in pandemic, gone were the days if the pandemic, if there was a disease, I've handled 13, 14 national disasters. This was the 14th one. 13 I've handled. It was limited to certain time and certain area, like Gujarat earthquake, tsunami in Tamil Nadu and Andaman Nicobar, drought in Maharashtra. It was for the period of 2-3 months and one place. But this pandemic is entire world, globe. That's what I did.
Right. So, how have you handled it, ma'am, in terms of the foundation work?
Yeah, well, see, March 22nd, we had a lockdown.
Right.
Before that, February end, I used to keep track of the pandemic in UK because my daughter is there. So I was talking to her, how many patients you'll get?
You're very modest, ma'am. Your son-in-law is the Chancellor of Exchequer, and he's done a brilliant job of handling it. Things like the furlough have really changed the way people, are working there.
He, irrespective of his position, he's always a son to me. So
Yeah.
I never bother about what he is. It's like a King Lear's daughter. She says a daughter loves her father as much as a daughter should love, and not more and not less.
Right.
For me, whatever may be his position, for me it's always a son.
Son.
So,
Sorry, you were saying.
So I used to ask my daughter, tell me, because they had this wave much earlier than about a month and a half, 6 weeks earlier
Right.
than us.
Right.
So though the system is different, so how it is happening and what you people are doing, what is the average age of the died people, old people who have coupled, who have been attacked to this. So I used to get data from her. And then I thought this is going to come to us one or other day. It may be late due to reasons I did not know. Okay. So what measures they took, I went on asking them. She said partial band and social distancing, all those she was telling me. And we were also learning it from Italy, washing the hands. Okay. And I said it is going to come to us. And 6-7 crores of people in UK, they can manage with their NHS.
Right.
Whereas ours are 130 crore people. And how we should manage it. And we don't have that kind of a system. So I told my office people, let us start planning for the pandemic. They said, ma'am, still we have not got it, only 2 cases in Kerala. I said, today it is 2. Once it comes to our country, we cannot control because we have 130 crore people. We can't stop, but I'm an ordinary person. I don't have that kind of a power or to tell government or central government. I'm an ordinary person. I said, what foundation we can do? Let us start doing it. We ordered ration because I know ration will be a problem once the pandemic comes. And particularly to poor people.
Yeah.
Okay? Because unless they work, they don't get coolie. When they don't get their wage, they can't buy. So this is what I thought 6 weeks in advance. Then went on making dry ration kits. 100,000, 1 lakh kits we made before the pandemic. And people are looking at me and laughing. Why are you doing all those things? I said, one or other day, people will suffer. So let us keep it. That time you won't get ration. Everything is locked. Now volunteers are helping me. And the day pandemic, it was lockdown was announced, we took police help and distributed 1 lakh dry ration to construction workers, particularly construction, auto drivers, florists. I knew whom to give, I knew by that time. I made all the chart. People who lose are vegetable vendors, then flower vendors, then auto rickshaw people. So all those people, area, we got permission from the police department. I made four vans of ours, or cars. I converted my car into a van, put them all these one, and send and give it to them, and then ordered PPE kit. It was 1,500 when we ordered. Then we found out a tailor in Bhatkar, okay, and somebody said he stitches. We gave him 100,000 order. Advance money we gave. Actually, we all together up to this day, we have stitched 24 lakhs PPE kits.
24 lakhs. Wow.
PPE kits. So I told, you get somebody, let us start this operation. Much before, how to get, we had PPE kits.
Right.
And then we started distributing first to the Paura Karmik, that means municipal people who take the kachada. First we gave them, then doctors, health workers. But first I gave it to them because they are not educated. It will take time for them to get. Let us give to the ayahs first we give. At least doctors are. So whenever we had shortage, first we give to ayah, then to the doctor. Okay.
Right.
Shield, hand gloves, millions of liters of this one, hand sanitizers, millions of liters. I don't even remember. Then started a kitchen actually in Hyderabad for school children. Now the schools are closed. When parents are not working, where they should have lunch. I said, not only school, even their parents can come and have. With Akshay Patre, we started meals program somewhere.
Wow.
Then order 120, more than that, I think, under 200 and odd ventilators. The Indian manufacturer in Mysore. I said, look, I will give you advance. Give me your production first preference to us. I knew government will ask after 4 weeks. It takes 5 weeks for him to make. I said, before government comes, I am paying money. Give it to me.
Right.
Then we told government, please give us a hospital. We will convert. We will give everything for that hospital, a COVID specialty, 250 bed hospital they gave. Starting from ICU, oxygen, everything we did. And in locking period, only taking permission.
Right.
Then I wrote a letter to CM Karnataka. I wrote on 16th of March, before lockdown. I said, sir, with whatever little statistics I've heard, that my statistics was extremely low in those days.
Right.
With summer, it will not go because people are hoping with summer, it may not attack India.
Right.
And kindly close pub, restaurants, and cinema, theater, swimming pools. I wrote a letter 16th, and he was kind enough to call me, and he asked. Then I told him why we should do all these things, and he closed on 17th.
Right. So, I mean, that's a lot of work.
Of course.
I mean,
11 hours, 12 hours sitting at home.
Right.
And efficiency comes down because I'm working from home.
Right.
My secretary is one side. I have two secretaries.
Right.
So somebody will take the call, somebody will take emails. So it was 11 hours a day.
Right. So when did you get time to write this book?
No, but the load will not be the same. Once I'm on the proper channel and once I'm on the proper system, I have an excellent staff. They used to carry, and more than 2-3 hours will work. Then I will write about this book, and again, evening 2-3 hours I will work again.
Right. It's been quite a remarkable journey for you personally and for all the work that you've done. How do you see the way forward now, ma'am? Because this, I think, is going to be a part of our lives now.
Yes.
We have to learn to live with not just this infection, but other kinds. Exactly. So how do we now adapt our life to change with this?
The one thing I always tell people, no disease has ever killed all human beings in the world.
Right.
Because human beings have a greater quality, capacity to suppress it, to postpone it, right? The plague was there, cholera was there,
right.
Influenza was there, this is there.
Right.
Number one is our scientists all over the world are competing, including Indian scientists, for the good vaccine.
Right.
Okay. But we don't know how long this vaccine will stay, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 1 month, every month you have to take, we do not know. We have to follow certain rules, guiding rules which WHO has given, that we have to unnecessary, make marriage. Actually, I say, in a way, it's good, make marriage simple so that you can save money and you don't have to go. Everyone need not go.
I think it's the best thing that has happened.
Happened in the simple marriages,
Yes.
okay? And keep social distance
Yes.
if possible, because in our country it is hard to keep social distance.
Yeah.
It where you will get in, and in in a house, how many bedrooms you will have? A
Exactly.
place like Bombay, you will have 2 bedrooms. How will you keep the distance? You have to share your room.
You have to sleep in the kitchen sometimes.
Then yeah. There was a movie, Piya Ka Ghar, I think.
Yeah.
Jaya Madhuri and Anil Dhawan.
Yes.
Okay, A Jeevan Hai. A
Yes.
Jeevan Hai. It was originally a Marathi movie. Okay, I've seen that also.
I didn't know that.
In kitchen they have to sleep. Husband and wife have to sleep. In the kitchen the water comes in the night. Okay. So social distance may be difficult, but try to keep at least.
Yeah.
But wear a mask.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Right.
Okay. The moment you have symptoms, consult fever clinics.
Right.
The moment you have COVID, take the correct medicine.
Right.
And after COVID, post-COVID, actually we are helping some hospitals to open post-COVID clinics.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be a big thing now. Okay. You may not be out of COVID, but some reminiscence will remain. Something may happen to some people, and particularly young people, it may not happen, but older people, it will happen.
Right.
So visit COVID clinic or post-COVID clinic and try to learn to cope up with this. No pandemic will stay forever, maybe another year or maybe another 6 months.
Right.
And if there is a vaccine, please do take. Actually, I'm planning now, after 6 months, if the vaccine comes to India, then what is the priority? Who should get it? Okay. And in my work, I will pay for it. And I want to, I know I have told some organization to train. You may get vaccine, you may get people, but there may not be people who will give vaccination. That many health workers should be trained before that. Who will give vaccination? I can't give. You can't give. So there should be some health worker.
Right.
So we are training health workers. So for that we have paid money in advance, so that it comes in June. By the time the health worker should be ready.
Right.
And then particularly the slum area, I want to give first.
Right.
Because they require much help.
Right.
Much help. And personally, we made a lot of kits in Bombay and gave it to Dharavi. This is my personal money I did.
Right.
Because Karnataka I did with the foundation, but personal money I did it in Dharavi. I said, don't put anybody's name, but just give.
Ma'am, the other thing was that, we saw all these people on the road in such pathetic conditions. They were one of us,
Yeah.
They were people that who work for us, who built our cities, who built our homes, who, that tragedy, seeing people out there on the roads, how much empathy could we generate?
Well, what happened, I will tell you, because I used to work with construction workers in different apartments, in a whole city.
Yeah.
Bangalore is a highly developing city. Everyone I used to tell a message, because I'm 70, I can't go out.
Right.
So I used to send a message with our volunteers who are young, with a shield and all. I used to tell them not to move out.
Right.
Tell them not to move out. They won't gain anything by going out.
Right.
Because it's a notion in your mind. It's a very natural, psychological notion.
Want to go home.
When I'm not well, I want to go to my mother.
Right.
Okay, when I'm not well, I want to go to my house.
Yeah.
I want to sleep on my bed. I want to be with my people. I want to be with my language-speaking people, right? This is very natural. It's very natural. I said, don't become emotional. And if you are in COVID and you're in lockdown, you won't get COVID.
Yeah.
Okay? Wherever you are, you stay. Okay? We will see that the food will reach you.
Right.
The food will reach. By roaming, it is hard for us to trace you people.
Yeah.
And how many days I can give? Okay, I said, okay, I will give for some days. There are many good NGOs are there. Ramakrishna Mission is there. Akshay Patra is there. Some missionary people are very good. There are very many kind people are there. If you stay in one place, we'll work ourselves. 1 week Infosys Foundation will give. 1 week somebody else will give. Somebody else will give. We will see that you will get ration for next 2 months. Next 2 months, including hand sanitizers we used to give, including mask, then soap, everything will supply. Don't move. Once you are moving, then it's very hard to trace. But people wouldn't listen.
Right.
No, they always used to think, who are you to tell me? Hum hamare maike jayenge.
Yeah.
And then they will take, they went, some of them went, okay? And when they went there to their village, one fellow told me when he came back, the people in that village put them out.
Yeah, because
You are carrying the disease and no money to it because they themselves are very poor. Who will give them? Then they come back. Then we put them in quarantine. Then send food. I said, if you would not have gone, at least you would have got your food.
Right.
You know, by going and assuming that this is the end of the world now, people who live in construction will get COVID and they will die. That is not true. Government in Karnataka at least made a very good arrangement. If you get COVID, the van will come, they will pick them up, put them in a hospital, no charges, they are discharged. I myself have sent so many people. So, and we also help frontline workers. So I said, because you start moving, the whole thing became so difficult to control.
But I think there was so much fear and paranoia. I think that's what.
Yeah. That if you stay, you get. If you stay in Bombay, you get. What is this? Corona 19.
Right.
No, it was not true. You stay, in your place, wear mask, wash your hands. I have seen in a family with 5-7 people. One fellow got. I said everybody gets. I thought initially.
Yeah.
No, nobody got. Only he got it because
Yeah.
other people washed their hands and kept whatever distance they wanted.
Right.
So they never analyzed. Nobody told them, look, you can be safe staying in Bombay only. Most of them have come back now.
Yeah, and now they're looking for work.
See?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, ma'am, for all the stories that you tell us. And please keep writing and please keep telling us
Thank you.
stories.
Thank you.
I think they give us a lot of solace and a lot of comfort. And they also give us an idea of how to live. And how
I always tell them, so what? We have lost the battle, but we'll win the war.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sudha Murthy, for always being
Thank you,
such a wonderful storyteller. Thank you.
Thank you. And get well soon, Kaveri.
I will. Thank you.
And Kaveri is a very special name to Karnataka. You know that?
Of course, of course.
And in one of my book, a daughter from a wishing tree, I have the story of Kaveri.
I must read that.
She was known as Lopamudra, and she was a very beautiful princess of Vidarbha. And she said, I want to do some social. At the end, she said, I want to be useful to people. And she turns into a river.
Yeah, good.
Very compassionate.
At least I was of some use. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
We hope you loved this session. Thank you for watching. You can catch the schedule for OLF 2020 and watch all the other sessions at www.newindianexpress.com and www.eventexpress.com. If you're more of a social media person, catch these clips live on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels.